Hi, in this video I'll talk about the authenticity staircase, and the reason why we are talking about this in today's video is simply because it is something that I've soon learned, and it is 100% more important than any other thing, right? So let me give you an example. When you are watching a movie, for example, and you are seeing a bad actor, you can tell that they are a bad actor simply because they aren't themselves. And this is the reason why many top actors are adding their top words, their own words into their script. So that way they can be more authentic. Now, you might have heard the phrase, just be yourself, alright? So, but in this case, yourself sucks. And don't get me wrong, you might be an amazing person, but what I mean is that in order to be authentic, you must be inauthentic. So let me explain. So what you need to do, so let me explain with a story. So basically last year, I made some videos and they're now on private, and they were getting like, and I was using YouTube at that time, and I'm using the same right now, all right? And these videos were getting like zero views, all right? And I was being myself. So I was using titles like how to get more views, how to get more leads, how to get more sellers and stuff like that, because I was still in real estate, obviously. So I was being myself, and about the time, the thumbnails, they were thumbnails from the video. They were thumbnails like myself making no face and having like this, stuff like that. But what I've seen is that I was wondering, like, why doesn't this work? Like, this makes no sense. Why am I not getting any views? And after a while, I started searching online, looking at viral videos and seeing why they did differently. And this is where I started seeing thumbnails and as well as titles and being so differently than I was doing. So thumbnails and as well as titles, right? So I began to use them in my videos. But what happened was that I was still getting 0 views. Now, the reason why is simply because, let me just make a chart right here. This is the authenticity and this is the knowledge. So what happened was that I was getting more knowledge, but my authenticity failed, right? Was decreasing while my knowledge was increasing. So what this happens was that this is +1 and this is -1, and then +1 minus. So what happened was that -1 + 1 = 0, right? So I was getting the same amount of viewers as I did initially, basically. So what I started doing then was that I thought that these weren't working. So what I did was to simply go back to my old self and did whatever. And then I was still, because I had this knowledge, I was still starting to use those same knowledges, if you will. So what happened after that was that I was started to get more viewers. So for example, like 5 views, right? So what happened here was that I was removing this part, right? So instead of being -1, it was now at 0. And as you all know, was that 0 + 1 = 1. So what happened here was that I was improving. So when I was at this point, and you can see on my videos, was that I was starting to get obviously a bit happier, but what happened was that I was starting to get more into how to edit videos. So edit and all of that stuff. But what happened after that was that even though I had more knowledge, I had a surplus of knowledge, so it was now +2, my authenticity again failed, and then it was -1. So right now what it was -1 + 2, which is 1. All right, so I was getting the same amount of views, so 5 views. So, and this was for a while actually, like it was for quite a few times. So what happened after that was that I was again like, this doesn't work, and then I went back to my old self. Then what happened after this was simply that I was seeing more improvements. So then I was getting like 10 views. Alright, so what happened here was that again I removed this part. So what happened right now was that it was 0 plus 2, which equals 2. So what happened now is that I was again improving. And what I'm doing right now was that if you search and if you go to my old videos, you'll again see that I was using a whiteboard. But instead right now I'm using this one. And the reason why is because this is more authentic for me, because I like to point out the visuals as I'm teaching, as I'm doing right now. Because on my computer it was really hard, because I had like just squares and circles and text and stuff like that, which is really annoying and wasn't allowing me to do like this stuff that I'm doing right now. So what happened was that again I was getting 10 views. So again I was stuck, and obviously I didn't like this. So what happened? Again, more knowledge, less authenticity. So right now it was +3 -1. So what happened was that it was 2 once again. So what happened right now was that it was the same thing. So obviously I was getting the same amount of views. So what I'm doing right now is to go a bit further, and I bought this. And the reason why is simply because right now I'm getting more views. I'm getting like 15 a video. And what this allowed me to is to again improve and scale. And the reason why is because once again I removed this part right here. So what it was 0 plus 3, which is 3. So this is basically the authenticity staircase. Now how you can use this in real estate is to simply test many things, and if you don't see, or if you see that you are getting the same results, just try to be yourself with it. So by doing this you will improve, and if you are decreasing, then try to be your old self. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got value, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.